2 years ago, were you aware how big of a role you were going to be taking on? Did it seem like it was going to be as significant as it is, or?
Well, that's interesting because I had said to them, I'm not interested in playing a fringe character that's like not really in the meat of the story, and they said, no, you're not going to be. And I was like, okay, well, from the pilot, I don't want her to be like this dingbat that just is like excited because Lucifer's hot or whatever. And so that was a cognizant choice to make her credible. And the writers then really loved that, and then it evolved into something more than I think that they expected it to in the beginning.
Right.
Which is amazing, and that's what I wanted from the beginning because I saw the possibility of where she could go. So we just kept having conversations, and I just kept showing up, doing the best that I could, and then, what's great is that the writers, they write for you if they see an avenue that seems that is going to work. Does that make sense? So I'm very lucky. Yeah, I think that's the great thing about the creative process is that you never know. Like it could have been a bust. We could have like tried to keep her in or introduced her to the world, and it could have been no chemistry or anything that didn't work. But I think that's what's great about our cast is that we all really love our jobs, like Amy was saying, and we're all very grateful to have our jobs and love them.
Well, it's all the chemistry there too. For everybody on there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Linda's really been there for pretty much everyone now on the show on a professional and personal level. But the season finale, it very nearly cost her life. So what can we see from her in season 3? Like how is she changed by that experience?
Well, she's definitely so flipped out. When Tom revealed himself in Monster, she didn't have a huge freak out or anything. She didn't I think she's much more, she internalizes things a little bit more. So, and when we come back into season 3, I think she's in denial about the enormity of what's happened to her and exactly how it happened. I mean, it's bad enough when you're in a car accident, right? And you know everything that's involved in that. But then to have this weird, the mother of all creation try to kill you to get information for you on her son, and it's such a mind fuck that I don't think she can totally process it. But I think she should. I think she thinks she should be able to process it just fine because she's a therapist and a psychiatrist. So she minimizes it and doesn't quite cope with it until she is a bit forced to cope with it. Because we start to see a little bit more of her history, and her scars are still visual, and so she starts to crack a little bit, and she finds an unlikely ally that comes to her. So it's good. Did that answer that question?
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
So after all this happened in the finale, your character, like they said, ties with every character on the show. How will your character kind of go forward in the relationships and everything? How will she handle everybody that she deals with?
I think she's really honestly, she comes in, she just is trying to just like shake it off in the very beginning of it. Like she's just trying to get back to normal. Like she doesn't want to, you can't, it's like when you realize something but you're like, no, I'm not ready to deal with this. I just want to go to work. I just want to do my job, and I'm going to put that off. I'm not going to think about it. I don't want to worry about it now. And she does that until she's forced to deal with it. And yeah, and then there's other things, there's other situations that come out from her past that are going to rock her a little bit more. And I know that she thinks, oh well, I'm a therapist, I can cope with this. That's what I do for a living. I'm fine, guys. So, and then she's fine until she's not fine. And that's fun. And I love playing that. So that's gonna be great.